Hi, it's Jeff at Slavens Racing. I've got a group of tires here. They're all considered hybrid tires. And the latest one we have here is this Shinko 505S. They call it the Cheater. I think it says Cheater on the side of it. No, it says Sticky on the side. So on their website they call it the Cheater, but on the tire itself it's called a Sticky, and right here it says it's a Sticky. And it's because it's definitely a sticky compound. It's right in there with trials tire type compounds. So I always test them with a durometer, and a durometer is just a gauge to measure the hardness of rubber on tires, or you can use it to measure a lot of things actually. And these tires are about a 50 to 52. And right next to it here I've got the Equilibrium. Equilibrium, and this is about in the same range, that 50 to 52 range. So both of these are really, kind of a gummy, sticky compound. And this is, kind of our all-time favorite here, the Sedona 907. This is what I use most of the time, and my trail riding buddies use, and I think it's in the 60 range. Yeah, it's in that 62 to 64 range. And then I've got the Moto Z Extreme Hybrid, and I think that's a 70. Yeah, that's a 75. And then next to it I've got a new Moto Z Hybrid called the Arena Hybrid. This tire is not out yet. It'll be a few months before it's available. And it's also in that 75 range. But some of the things why they call them hybrids is not only tread pattern, but it's also the Carcass Design, because to me this doesn't look like a hybrid tire. And I asked them about it, and the reason I call it a hybrid because it's got the hybrid style carcass to it. So it's got a kind of a soft crown with it's fairly flexible sidewall. This is similar, it's got a soft crown to it as well. And it's got more of a trials tire look to it. And then you can see the Sedona is a little more open. This is a little tighter. And then this is a little tighter than a regular knob. So this is going to be the next one I'm testing. I'll probably have a test out on this in just a couple of weeks. And it's definitely soft and sticky. I've already gotten some good feedback on it. My biggest concern is how long it's going to last. With that type of a tread, or that type of a compound and a fairly tight pattern, it's got to put some power to the ground. I mean, this tire, I would expect it to really perform well. As far as longevity, it's hard to say. Sometimes these soft rubber compounds can really fool you. Quite often they'll last a lot longer than you would think, but it also kind of depends on what bike you're putting it on. If you've got a super pumped up 500 or something, or if you're really heavy on the throttle. I mean, I know guys that brake slide into every corner and whack the throttle and clutch it out at every corner, and they think they're going fast that way, but it doesn't always work out, and it sure tears up tires. So, and then I'm sure you guys are probably already familiar with Kenda Equilibrium, really flimsy carcass. I think this tire is a really good candidate for a moose. I probably wouldn't use it with a tubeless, although we do have guys using it with tubeless. And the reason I say that is because when they got that lightweight carcass, it's easy to cut them. Now this new Sticky, or Cheater tire that they call it, it's got a reasonable carcass to it. It's got a lot of flex on the top. This is not going to be an extremely durable tire as far as cat protection, but it's not going to be too lightweight either. It's going to have a fair amount of protection. Now, a week or so ago I did a video on this Moto Z Extreme Hybrid, and I put in there that it's a tire that I won't be testing or using, and guys kind of responded to that negatively and positively, and I should have explained that a little bit better. I do primarily hardcore, the tighter the better trails, and this is just not a tire for that. I'm sure there's guys that are out there using it for that, but I wouldn't, because it's got a really hard rubber compound. It's probably going to last a long time. but I don't care about how long they last as long as they don't fall apart in 50 miles, but if I can get 200-300 miles out of a tire, that's fine with me. So I would like to go with something like this, to where I've got the extreme traction to where I can get up something, get up a hill or a switchback or a ledge or whatever it is. I'll take that any day over a tire that's going to last forever. So there's nothing wrong with this tire, it's just not one that works for what I do. This is probably a better choice for me and a lot of our customers who like to do hardcore type trail riding. And on our site, we're going to have a promotion on this weekend, so check it out at slavensracing.com. That's all for now.